Are you sure?
Yes, sir. See? Right here.
No. I'll put it on the starting screen.
Hi,
Hey,
everybody.
what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Stay Fishy Friday. We are still having troubles with the internet this week, and I'll go ahead and let that guy explain it.
We pay for gigabyte network, which means 1,000 megabytes per second down and 60 megabytes per second up. We've had no problems for the last 2 years. They changed something on their end last week, and it was terrible. We were only getting 8 or 10 megs a second upload. And this week we're up to 21, but they still haven't fixed it. So if you guys are having any problems with it being, choppy, go back like 10 seconds and watch it from there, and then it should clear it up for you.
All right. Got people funneling in. So the last few days have been eventful, to say the least. You guys,
none of them have been funny like today.
I think yesterday was a little funnier than today.
We've been doing all the mermaid videos for you guys. Oh my goodness, we've been laughing our butts off.
So if you guys seen, you got a little teaser posted today. Mermaid's gone wild.
What you didn't see is Reaper and Hoover getting the mermaid outfits, and that happened today. Oh my God, too funny.
So yeah, we are probably, I'd say, 90% completion on that. There's just a lot of editing to go on. So I gotta edit the video, figure out where we're at, what's still needed, and then wrap her up. We should be good to go. I've got the thumbnail pretty much all figured out, the title, everything.
And we've been taking pictures for next year's calendar also. So there's over 180 people here. We should go ahead and start the Tracy update.
Go for it.
All right. You guys will all be proud of our girl, Tracy. All week long, she's been doing so good. She's just such a sweetheart. But, I was telling you before, she used to do this mechanical thing with her eyes where she'd look down and then she'd go up and then she'd look down and she'd go up and look in the upper corner and she'd keep doing this. If she's doing that, I knew she wasn't there. Well, this whole week, she hasn't done it once. She has been if I'm on this side of the bed, she just turns and looks towards me. And then over there, she turns towards the sound and she's trying to hone in on us. She's getting so much more aware. She's something else. We have have really been taking care of her and she's, I don't know, I'm spending more time with her to where she's more in tune, with us. She still ain't to the point where she can squeeze my hand yet, but I try all the time, every day. We have her dentist appointment coming up on the 6th, so that'll eliminate that problem. Me and the nurse will have to go into the dentist place with her because they required an RN there and the husband, whatever. And we're both going to keep her, under control for them to do the local anesthesia. They're going to give her shots in her mouth, and she's going to be freaking out, not knowing what's going on, but we have to do it. So we're going to have to hold her there. We're going to have to, do all that kind of stuff. But once we're done, her teeth will be completely pain-free, and cleaned, So we'll have that done the 6th. And what else we got? Oh, on the 3rd, which is actually my birthday, the 3rd of September, we're going to have the whole new nursing schedule. I will have 12 hours a day, 5 days or 6 days a week. And then on the 7th day, I'm going to have 8 hours a day. So that's going to bring me down from working 112 hours a week down to 84 hours a week. So I'm going to be only working 2 jobs instead of 3, taking care of Tracy. And the nurse will be here every night until 8 o'clock. So basically, it brings me down to changing her once a night, and then just reposition her during the night and suctioning her out. So I'm going to be getting more sleep. I'm going to be getting, more time to myself, and being able to work more outside in the rescue and take over things that Josh has been, doing and stuff like that. So everything's getting, better as time goes on. And let me see. Rach, what's that say? Rach says, how does she respond to sensory, like textile, soft, wet, act? Can they give her anything in case she senses pain? Okay, we don't see her pain because she has a certain set of facial, features that she uses. She can show us a smile. She can show us a content face. She shows us when she's kind of like not happy, and then she shows us uncomfortable, like, in pain, and then she actually has a crying, where she's like severe in pain. Something's wrong. We got to do something right now. She has a tear coming out her eye. So she has ways of communicating with us right now, and we try and keep her into her happy, content face, And she does react to tickling on her feet. She moves her feet. She reacts to all that, but I've been trying, since her feet are in now, I've been trying to get her by her knees, and she's not reacting to that yet, but she used to be so ticklish on her knees. But her feet have come back to where she's reacting to that. Let me see, anything else you can think of she's reacting to lately? Oh, when I talk to her, and I talk to her in the ear and, tell her that I'm here, I'm going to take care of her and all that. She has brought a tear to her eyes a couple times when I'm telling her I love her in her ear and that kind of stuff. She'll be staring up past me and I'll be talking in her ear, and then I'll see the tear come down her face. So she's there. We can see that she's there and can hear us, and she's actually responding more now. So, but this is a good thing now that we're going to have the both nurses, Mara and Evelyn, are now taking 12-hour-a-day shifts to where they got more time off, but more time during the day. Because Mara was working 6 days, 8 hours a day. She can't really get nothing else done. So if she works, 4 days at 12 hours a day, she's got days off that she can get things done and taken care of. So they decided that's the best for everybody, and that's what they're going to do. And then we've got another nurse, which is only going to work 2 days a week. She's going to work, Wednesday from 8 at night until 4 in the morning. So I'm going to catch up on my sleep on Wednesdays. And then Fridays, when, whoever it is on, I think Fridays, I think it's Mara. When she leaves at 8 o'clock, this nurse will be here from 8 until 4 in the morning. And, so I'm going to have them 2 days. I can really catch up on sleep. I should be less cranky, a little bit nicer to everybody. I know you guys like that. But yeah, everything's getting better as we go on. So after my birthday on the 3rd, we get the new nurses. The 6th, she gets her teeth done. And then we'll be falling into a nice little schedule by the 6th, when she's got her teeth done. So the Friday after the 6th should be a great, Tracy update. So, she's doing good. She just had her birthday yesterday. Thank you guys all for all the birthday wishes for her. I read them all to her all day long. I kept on adding more, So she heard it. She knew that you guys are all there and care. And let me see. Anything else I can say? Good. I think that tops it off for this week. That's the Tracy update. Oh, the whole time I didn't have the Tracy thing on. What is wrong with me? I should have had
so blown out of
the Tracy slideshow. But, okay, it's over with. I'm sorry. My bad. All right, guys. Let's go on to...
we can welcome Ange and Mark Fenton back to the green team.
Welcome
guys. And Ange chimed in with $5. Says, cheers to all of you. Hashtag Team Tracy. Hashtag off our rocks.
We love Ange, but we got to tell her that, boys rule and women drool. It's something she said on Facebook.
You guys are asking about Laura. She's they're doing great. She's growing. Not really much to say on her behalf. I mean, she is sleeping a bit more throughout the night, so that's good.
Like, I do the baby update. She cries, she eats, she sleeps, she poops. How about that?
Pretty much.
But after, so when does she go in for her shots?
She got one on Wednesday,
Okay.
and then she got one. She gets her second round. I don't know when. It's coming up.
All right. And then that's when you guys will be around more.
After the 2-month mark, and travel with her.
She hasn't had all of her shots yet, so they were, keeping her home and taking care of her, that kind of stuff.
Definitely bringing her around the fish, because it's a lot of bacteria in the fish water, not safe for a newborn. So for all you guys asking, well, why the hell do you show the nursing room and you don't show the baby when she comes out? Well, I show you pictures and I will show her when I'm ready. But for now, she's still learning to cope with life. For those of you that have the lagging issues, just go ahead and pause it for like 10, 15
No, just
seconds.
take your little, your indicator bar and bring it back 10 seconds or so, 20 seconds, and you'll be watching it at a 10-second delay, but there will be no more choppiness. Next week, it should be all figured out. They got a technician coming out here. What was it, on the 30th? Today's the 26th, so in 4 days.
Next week sometime.
Yeah.
That sucks.
All right, do you got this one? You're taking care of?
You can go and read that.
All right. No, I can't really. Evelyn Seymour, member for 4 months. Thank you, Evelyn. She says, wow, I can't believe it's been that long. Yeah, so it's adding up. Time's adding up. Mark Fenton says, welcome to the Tiger Shovel Nose. Thank you, Mark, and welcome to the Tiger Shovel Nose. Welcome to the Members Edition. Austin McCormick says, the videos have been awesome. Love waking up at 3 a.m. my time to enjoy the videos as soon as they post. That's dedication right there. Thank you, Austin. Is this the second one from Inch or the first one?
Nope, we got that one.
Okay.
So more talking about this mermaid video. Actually, we didn't even talk about it.
Yeah, well, that's what we're here for tonight, is the mermaid video.
So
we have had a couple of days of hilarious laughter of us doing all these different videos and pictures. Because, first it was me and Josh in the mermaid outfit with the real mermaid. Now, you haven't seen that video yet. But a real mermaid came out here, and, she tours the United States and goes to all these different shows.
All right. Well, I always give you guys spoilers sometimes. Well, I gotta get next to the camera, so you let me be.
That's when you stand up. He's going to show you a picture. But anyways, it was me and Josh in the mermaid outfits, and I was able to fit in mine. Just keep that in mind for later. Anyways, I've got the blue hair, the bra, and the tail. We was having a blast. We was laughing our butts off.
We're gonna play the guessing game, and we're not gonna play who's who. Okay, so this is exhibit number 1. You can put in the comments whom you think this is. Go ahead and scroll all the way down. Go ahead and get. There we go. All right. There we go. Who is this? Who might that be?
Scary.
Give you a nice, long, good look at that. Who might that be? That is exhibit number 1.
2.
All right, exhibit number 2. We have... Okay. Exhibit number 2. We've got this guy right here.
Who's that?
Now, I'm sorry for all the blurry photos, but...
I'm sorry. Everyone knows it's Reaper. He looks scary, like an old, what do you call them, sirens or something in the woods that come after you, or banshees? That's what he looked like. Oh my goodness.
All right, let's see about exhibit 3. So you guys seen the picture I posted today. Let's go ahead and, all right.
Those will be coming out soon. We're going to put out a few trailer videos, teaser videos, and then we're going to put out the video. It may be a two-parter.
Who might this be? Uh-oh. There's 3 in that photo.
I see 2. 3.
You are blind.
I am blind. Okay.
All right, and then we've got one more. I gotta.
Hoover looks sad without a pizza.
Eat a pizza then.
That's you. Thank you for that. That's hilarious. Thank you so much. That just lightened up our night.
All right, then we've
Oh my
got
goodness.
exhibit number 4. Who might that be?
Oh, I know who that is.
All right, so that's a little sneak peek right there. We've got lots and lots of content on it.
Well, again, we're sorry about the lag issues coming. It is our internet provider's fault, and they swore to me last week it would be fixed, and they have not contacted me or fixed nothing. We put in a tag or something, a complaint, and now they're sending out a technical person here to replace our stuff here because they keep sending a new signal to our box and it's still not giving us the speeds that we paid for. So, it's nothing we can do about it.
All right, the Lasky Life, $5 says you had 2 tigerfish. What happened to the second one?
They're both here.
Both of them got messed up severely.
Being in with
the modest. What I think happened is the fangs went in and just ripped them out. So we have one that's healing up and is already eating. The second one a little bit worse for wear. Have not gotten him to eat yet. So we're still waiting on that guy. All right, let me get caught up on these comments. Yep, they've got Reaper, they've got Hoover. Oh, Exhibit 2 is Big Rich. Uh-oh.
What's that?
Hoover's picture, they thought it was Big Rich.
Oh, no. Big Rich got hair. Hoover's got none.
All right. Yeah, the pictures are not clear. I am sorry. AZ Fishroom says, Josh and Big Rich, who's in the middle? That is, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar or not, but on TikTok, she's known as Haley Mermaid. She's got a couple million followers on there, and she does her Little Mermaid shows at
She doesn't do her Little Mermaid shows. Don't belittle her thing. She is the manager of a mermaid show, and they go around all these different places and do mermaid shows and go down in the water and pools and people's places, that kind of stuff. And she contacted Josh, and she came here. She don't have a Little Mermaid show. She's got a great
Little Mermaid.
It's 2.3 million followers on her TikTok. And she came out here and did this with us, and that's why we were in there. And you'll see on the one video, I got to mention this. I'm trying to swim underwater, and I'm doing my best. I'm thinking I'm doing great. I got my mermaid tail kicking. And she comes just effortlessly gliding past me in the water. No. GU, only one GATF is messed up, and that's the one that had his the bite through his belly and his guts were hanging out. They have all receded back up in remarkably. And now it's just a little wound, and it is healing up. The other one had, a couple scratches on it to begin with, but nothing bad. They're both doing fine. They're both doing good. And yes, Mermaid is our drinking word for our undercover drinking game that people play.
Hip Hop Hill Billy, how are the Discus doing? And you find the leak. The leak was in the panel, and its tank's got to be taken out. We're just going to move the tank and replace it.
What are you talking about?
The Discus tank.
Oh yeah, that was the two front corners are good. It was one of the back corners because it only holds water for about 6 inches. Anything that goes up into there flows right back out. So Josh moved all the Discus over to the what's that, a 90 gallon?
Yeah.
And then we had the plants in there. We're going to switch out this 180, which was donated to us by Joe Hunsberger. Not very nice guy. Very nice. I think 2-3 years ago. And it's held up and been great. Well, we're going to reseal it. But in the meantime, we have the 180 next to our saltwater tank that we were going to use as a spare saltwater. We're going to go ahead and empty that and put it in there. It's going to be a little taller, but it's going to be a 180 back up and running again. And then we'll move all the Discus back to it. And then
I honestly like the Discus better in that 90. I like the look of it better. All that stringy grass, I can't stand it.
Anyways, so we're moving the 180 there, and then the 180 that's there, we're going to move outside, and we'll be able to reseal it in our time and not have to hurry, whatever. And we're going to move the 150 where the 180 was next to the saltwater and use the 150 as a spare saltwater tank. It gives us more walking room in the doorway once the Dwight Howard tank gets there. So there's everything that we've amended since then.
The Lazy Life, $5 says, do you guys still have the special lungfish you are growing out in one tank?
Yes, sir. That's the Australian lungfish. He's in the 580 with the Armadas. And he's doing great. He's eating and growing and getting thick too. He's chubby.
Mm-hmm. Jim Sheasley, $5 says, any response from the TV spot?
What was that? The TV show?
Mm-hmm.
We are supposed to have this week it was supposed to be last week Thursday, but he was working and they couldn't do it after 4. So they're rescheduling it for this week sometime where they can have both me and Josh on the video chat. So that'll be this week.
Austin McGoldrick says, how's the saltwater tank project? Saw you got a huge shipment of supplies.
Yeah, that came
Going
in
at
from
a snail's pace.
You stop it. All your new supplies are sitting there. You can do whatever you want with them. You haven't done nothing with them, so quit putting it on me. Well, I've got a million other things I got to deal with, so stop that. The saltwater tank, all the new stuff was sent in to where we're going to set up the 150 as an extra hospital tank, and we're going to use all this stuff here. That came in from somebody on TikTok, or what was the company's name?
Instagram, the reefbreeders.com.
Reef Breeders. Check them out. They saw Josh on there, and they go ahead and sent this to Josh for that, and we're going to use that on the 150, the secondary saltwater tank, only because we've already done all the work to the main saltwater tank. So we're going to use the Reef Breeder stuff on the secondary tank, and that way, they sent some expensive lights.
So
they sent a lot of
here?
pumps. They sent a lot of all kinds of things like auto water top offs. What were them lights called?
The Photon V2.
Photon V2 Pro. They're like $800 a piece. They sent us 2 of those with the not the mounting hardware that comes with it, but extra clamps to go on the back of the tank and come forward and hold them up above the tank. I mean, they sent us everything. So they're an amazing company. And the first company to do this sent us this kind of stuff, We got a little something from Fluval before, and that was very nice of them. And now we got, Reef Breeders.
That was a payment. That was a endorsement type thing. You give us a 30-second clip, I'll give you these products.
That was the Fluval thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Reef Breeders are the first ones to just donate us a bunch of stuff.
Sebastian Simone, $2 says, thanks for all the work and videos from Germany.
Nice. Lung Tide says, is Reaper ever coming back? Reaper's never left. I don't know what you mean. Reaper makes a video every other day. He was here today. I don't understand what you're saying.
Where are we at?
Dougie says Hoover for president. You got this one?
AZ's asking if you got the Cuddly Grant.
Cuddly Graham? Grant. Oh, the
Probably
Grant? No. Some other place won it. I forget the name of it. It was a dog rescue. I mean, you got to realize, if you look back, there was only like 15, 20 people a day voting for us, so we have 37,000 members. And, when you guys kicked in and voted me for the mullet contest, there was, a couple hundred a day. Hardly anybody voted on this. So I thank the guys that did, but the people didn't rally together and vote. So we did not win the $5,000 grant. I appreciate you guys for the work you did, though.
Ligate 12, $5 says, I want to know how those cichlids don't get eaten in that pool.
Well, they're not starving. They're not hungry. They can sit around and get thrown, fillets and big chunks of food, and they don't have to chase little fish. So, if we starve them, I'm sure they would start eating them.
Go ahead and let you take this next one. It's for you, all the way down.
I'm still going up. It keeps jumping on me, and you want me to go down.
Right there. Big orange one.
Brittany Ziblis, $20, says, if you want to donate to Bigrich's birthday fund supporting OFR here's the link. Oh, okay. For my birthday, I never ask all year long. I never ask people to donate. I don't try and get our money from the hardworking people, of the world. I'd rather get money. If I'm going to ask, I'm going to ask companies. You guys cause the problems. These pet stores, that pet store, whatever. You guys should donate. And that's where I believe money should come from. I don't try and beg and borrow. You never hear me on there. Please donate. We want to do this. Donate some more because we want to do this. I never do that. So, but once a year on my birthday, I put up my birthday, donation thing, and I donated for OFR, and we'll get the fish something special with the money and everything like that. Like a new background for a certain tank or whatever, something like that. But I appreciate it. We're up to what, $415 right now? I think.
No idea.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even go on Facebook no more unless I'm posting a post. Post my post and I get off. Our discus really hard to keep, as a lot of people say. They certainly can be. They just need super clean water.
To us, they're not hard to keep, but we don't chase the pH. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, I heard you have to have certain pH for discus, and then they start chasing their pH, and they kill the discus off with pH fluctuations. We don't do that. We acclimate them to our water, and then that's what they stay at. It may not be optimal for them, but they live, and we've had them lay eggs. We've had them, eat, So, I mean, we don't chase the pH. We're not here trying to make each water parameter different to be optimal for every species and where they came from. If they were raised in the pet stores, they weren't, used to certain parameters. And the pet stores all keep their water at the same parameter.
Josiah says, sitting in my favorite restaurant, having a margarita with y'all. Happy Fishy Friday.
Yes, happy Fishy Friday to you. Awesome.
At Ellison.
Wait, how's he watching? Is it on his phone? Please tell me it's on a big TV on the wall.
Girl.
You okay, Tracy? Oh, goodness. Okay.
We got Allison Berry says, whatever happened to Joey coming to OFR?
Oh, yeah, see.
Just like, the whole Brett Raymer thing coming to OFR, you don't count it until it actually happens.
Well, he was supposed to come here, and he didn't. Where's it at? Is it this one? This one? This one? Yeah, I can't bring up the Joey image. He was supposed to come here, and we waited. It's been, 6 months now we've been doing this mermaid video? Maybe even longer, I don't know. But he kept putting us off that we just can't wait no more, A lot of you guys send in, your hard-earned cash to get this done, and you wanted to see it, and we keep putting you guys off. So in lieu of waiting any longer, we started doing the video. When Joey can make it down, then we'll do some more video and try and get him in the mermaid outfit for you guys.
So I just got a text message from a certain Will Star.
Will Star, how you doing, buddy?
And he's saying, who looks tired back there? Tired, Hoof?
You tired, buddy? You tired?
I see what you're trying to do.
Oh, he's on you,
trying to
Johnny.
help him.
I was trying to help him. He read it, and he started covering himself up because he knew what you was doing.
You seen me grab Bruce.
He's not stupid.
I've got 5 of them sitting on the shelf now.
Oh my goodness!
In a locked box when I leave.
Got a key to it. Called a pair of bolt cutters.
Where are we at? I lost my spot.
Yeah, Reaper posted a video this morning where he came here and cleaned out. I think that was today's video or yesterday's. I don't remember. He came and cleaned out all the primrose off the back pond.
I'd say about 75%. Jay Rutten says, new to the hobby, my geophagus just laid eggs. Is it best to take them out and put them in a breeder tank with or without the parents? That is up to you. First you have to decide, are the eggs fertile? Are you sure you have a male and a female? Because females can drop eggs and they can just be non-fertile. You'll see that over the next, day or two. You start seeing little like black dots in the center of the egg, means it's viable. If it turns white, then it is trash.
Right. You got to keep them. That's how you can tell if they're dead or still alive.
Now with the geophagus, they usually tend to do all right with their kids, but they can eat them sometimes. So that's really up to you whether you want to keep them in there or take them out.
All right, we got this one here. It says, you guys from Ambrose Nose says, you guys are the big ballers of the fish world. Love it. They should keep sending the goods to truly test out their products. Oh, we'll test them out here for sure. Thank you, Ambrosia Nose. The Fish Sensei says, can Hoover tell us some jokes? Hoover's not a funny guy. Hoover don't know no jokes.
What do you call a fish out of the water?
What?
Fish out of the water.
Oh my God. Told he's not a funny guy.
Michael Lindbaum, welcome to the green team.
Yes, welcome. You're welcome.
How is the Texas cichlid flower horn hybrid doing in the 4400?
Oh, look. I'm sorry. Go ahead and answer your question.
That is a blue Texas, and she's doing all right.
Awesome. We've got the king of DIY himself is here.
We were just talking about him.
That's probably why he called. He heard us talking about him. What's up, Joey? You're live on the stream.
Where are we at?
Start what from the beginning? Oh, you missed everything, so you want me to start the whole stream over. He said he just got here. Joey, we started the Mermaid video without you, buddy. We couldn't wait no longer. So we got me and Reaper and Josh and Hoover
I know he's just bummed that he couldn't get into that wig and mermaid costume. I'm sorry, buddy.
He wants it. He's going to come out in October, so it's in the October Sausage Fest. He said,
okay.
Everybody, the king of DIY is here. DIY Joey. Boy, he don't like that. The king of DIY. There you go.
Hey, at least you corrected yourself.
He said he's watching us completely naked.
You better watch what
buddy.
you say.
You go put on some panties. I love you, bro. He's funny. Oh my goodness.
So we got Mike Romans Jr. $5 says, "Where's Hoover's pizza?"
See, we try and help Hoover. We try and not feed him. He's begging me for a piece of bread, anything, some water. We don't give it to him. No. We're here for you, buddy. That's all crazy BS because this man will not work without food.
I worked a bunch of times without food.
Oh, I have to take you up to Dairy Queen and get
Then
you
I had to come get me a snack out of the cupboard that I had stashed so you don't eat it up on me.
I would never. You know
Man.
better than that.
Especially my dozen of donuts, man.
I swear, Joey's got like a sixth sense. He
He
knows,
knows when we're talking
he
about
knows he's being talked about. And it's like the bat signal goes up, and bam, he's there.
He says she says Joey's got spies in here.
Michael T said I'm naked as well.
Charlie Guest LLC says, is there still drama with what's his name? I don't know what that means. We've got no drama with anybody. The only one we got a little beef with, I mean, it's very slight, would be Corey from Aquarium Co-op because he dissed all rescues and didn't like him and all that kind of stuff. And I've been meaning to talk to him. No beef or nothing, but, I've been trying to catch him at these different fish shows and talk to him about it because he singled us out, personally.
Yeah, but the problem is we get invited to all the good fish shows, and he goes to all the other ones.
Stop it. So, yeah.
So you're saying he's only allowed to go to the lower class one?
But, that's the only drama we got is a little tiny bit. Nothing to be, like, hey, Corey, why would you put our name out there as a bad rescue? We're not a bad rescue. We do everything we can to help out. And I just want to know his answer. I mean, there's no beef. I'm not going to, catch him outside. I'm not going to, go running up on him.
Joey said he just cracked a beer and jumped on YouTube. Happened to see you guys were live.
Awesome. Why are you cracking a beer when you're naked, Joey?
Question is, why not?
Okay, we got that.
Willstar Mysteries, $10 says for a Hoover belly flop fund in the pool pond.
Hoover did that just today. He jumped in the pond with he couldn't fit the pants on. They're holding his ankles together, and he couldn't get in, and he fell into the pool, and he got up yelling at me.
We got Mark Barris for 25 HK. Says, you are live here in Hong Kong. Thanks for all the videos. Keep it up.
Awesome. Thank you. Hey, look at Josh. We got Michael T. He says, this is Black Mike. What's up, Black Mike?
Oh!
We've known him for years. I'm like dad to him. He hung out with my kids for years. And then I didn't see him for what, last 7 years?
Yes,
and he just showed back around.
Before, yeah.
He was here last weekend.
Yeah. So yeah, I seen the name Michael T. I didn't put it together as
right.
Michael Tucker, and then he says, "Oh, Black Mike." There we go.
Now we know who you are.
But he's the one who said he's also we're watching naked.
Ambrosio says Aquarium Co-op says you can't net a puffer without killing it. Thought it was BS. Is that true? No,
bullshit.
We've netted Pittsburgh, and what it is if you play with the puffer out of the tank, set him on the ground, trying to roll him around, he'll puff up, and that can lead to killing him. If they get too much air trapped in there. But we've netted Pittsburgh, we've netted Lavatka, we've netted our Fahaka puffer, and moved them from tank to tank, and they've never blown up on us, and we've never lost one. So, a lot of that is wives' tales growing taller on down the line.
Yeah, so puffers only puff up when they are completely stressed. If he's, chasing his puffer around the tank because he can't operate a net, and he, making his puffer stress out, then, you know what?
There's some YouTubers out there that'll be like, look, we got this puffer, and they take him out, and they tap on him, and they make him, puff up for views and stuff like that. Yeah. You do something mean like that, it can lead to him dying because they're getting too much air trapped in their system.
What's the status with the neighbor and the trees? Hopefully they've calmed down.
Hip Hop Hillbilly, you don't have to unsubscribe to him. He says, I did not know that. I'll be unsubscribing from him. Don't do that. We don't want you to unsubscribe from Corey. I just want to talk to him as to why you would say such a thing. That's all. Not a big deal. It's no big deal. He feels a certain way about all these rescues popping up, but
And I
brought up our name, and so that's why I want to know what do you have against us. That's all. Not a big deal.
Yeah, he just specifically brought our net name up and says, I don't like those guys. And he's never even met us. If my dad wants to talk to him about that, I want one of them come in and show him how to properly transport a puffer.
Hey, Josh, he's too funny.
So back to Randy Sevilla's comments. What's the status with the neighbor and the trees?
Hey, I got some.
Okay.
I got some of that on video.
Stop. Listen. What's the status with the neighbor and the trees? Hopefully they've calmed down. Okay. He actually called me, I don't know, a couple days ago, and he's been talking to me since. And I told him, once you call the cops on me, once you call the city on me, I don't want to talk to you. I have nothing to say to you. And he's trying to say that he didn't call the city. He called the Strongsville arborist who put in the complaint to the city or whatever. I don't know the reasoning or whatever. I don't call anybody a liar unless I got proof. But he had a tree guy showing up, and he wanted the branch that was hanging over his yard about 6 foot, cut off. And he's paying for it. I'm like, sure, go ahead. You can cut that off. Well, the tree guy was there today, and he cut down that, not only that branch, but the one that was sticking straight up because, he was worried about that one too. He says the tree's so rotted. The arborist had a hard time cutting this down because it was hardwood, and the branch was like this big, and it's solid. Once you can see it, Josh, if you go back there, you see it. It's all solid wood between there. He said this thing was solid. I didn't know. At the very end, he grabbed it. He goes, oh, it's all rotted. But when he went to cut off this branch, it was not rotted at all. I mean, he said it was solid. So he cut off everything above. I think the stump now is like 10 foot tall. It still holds our zip line, but everything above 10 foot is cut off, and he fell it all into our yard. So I didn't have to pay for nothing. The neighbor paid for it, and it all fell into our yard to where me and Hoover and Josh are going to have to go drag it all over to the fire pit, cut it up into small pieces, and burn the wood. But, that's not a big deal. I can live with that.
The King of DIY says Corey trash talks everyone to position himself as an expert. Keep in mind, he doesn't really do anything himself. I tried to get him on the podcast to expose his BS. He won't dare. Oh, wow.
You go, Joey. This is what, we go to these fish shows, and I love hanging out with Joey because he is just hilarious. And
the King of DIY,
the King of DIY.
He's always spitting facts. And this one, he says, OFR knows what they are doing. Corey hires people for that.
Oh, I love it.
Hey, I'm looking for a job. You think I can get hired?
Nobody hires here. He's not living for room and board. This is terrible.
Oh, I'm saying I go get some money. If he hires me, I'll go over there and show him the proper way to do it.
Aaron Johnson, $5. He says, much love from Kentucky. Well, here's to you, bud.
Thank you. Here you go, Josh.
Patrick Forget says, and you
it jumped.
lost it.
It jumped on me.
Yep.
Oh, where'd it go?
Says you guys do so much for the fish community. I mean, if you guys weren't around, pretty much 95% of those fish that you guys get, they would have a death sentence, and I'd rather see them alive than dead.
Yes, I mean, if we weren't here, all these fish that we've collected over all this time, what other alternatives is they got? They can't go to the community, aquariums. They can't go to the public zoos and stuff like that. They would have to go to somebody else and probably end up dead after transporting them,
Yeah.
They take a 3-foot alligator gar out of a 300-gallon tank, and then believe someone says, yeah, I got a bigger tank, and then they take them to 150-gallon because they want a big gar, And, it's just all bad. So I like making a difference in what we do in our world and stuff like that. I like making a difference and putting out a good example,
Joe's Shrimp Shack says, hey, bud, doing the soft open
Joe.
next weekend.
Oh, he's got his new store now.
Awesome.
Yes. Joe was supposed to sponsor us remember our 5-foot hang on the wall? He was going to sponsor that as Joe's Shrimp Shack's shrimp tank. We never got around to it. He's busy. We're busy, all this kind of stuff. And he was going to, sponsor that, send us some shrimp and, everything that we needed to take care of it, that kind of stuff. Joe, sadly to say, we got somebody local to us that brought us like 300 blue little, I forget what they're called.
They're blue shrimp.
Blue shrimp. And we're going to go ahead and set that up, buddy. So I'm glad you got your new place going. More power to you. You guys check out Joe's Shrimp Shack for anything you need for shrimp. He's a heck of a nice guy and runs a nice business.
Bruce614 says, y'all gonna do the Fest Day in the Central American tank? My favorite tank other than the 4400. So what's gonna happen with that?
Already?
No. The Fest
We have
Day
some
just
spills
came
in
in.
there.
Okay. The Fest Day are also known as the Red Terrors. I've got 5 of them. There's a couple of them that have really exceptional color on them. I am going to put them in there, and I'm going to take some of the fish out of there. I'm going to do actually a giveaway on the flower horn that's in the 500 gallon cube. I'm going to do some sort of contest on them, and we'll figure out how we're going to do that soon. But we've got 2 nice flower horns. We're not going to keep the super nice one, and we're going to go ahead and raffle off the other one. Not raffle it off, but do a giveaway on it somehow. And then we're going to put the Red Feste in there, and I think that'll be a pretty awesome looking tank. I also have a Red Tiger Mo tag that can go in as well. So it'll be exciting to see how that tank turns out.
Also, tonight I'm leaving on an airplane, and we're going to Animal Con, which is, if you guys know Brian Barczyk, he's got like 3.2 million followers. He owns the Reptarium up in Michigan. He's starting this show, and he wants it to be a yearly show, and he's trying to take over the United States and have the biggest show ever. He's got like something like 150 YouTubers showing up, and he's got, they spent like, I think it was 3 weeks ago, they had already spent $400,000 on this show. So this is down in Florida, called Animal Con. Look it up. We will be there amongst many, many, many other YouTubers. Zach Ketchumall, Paul Cafaro, Rod and Lisa from Predatory Fins. I can't remember everything right now, but there's a bunch. Go on, look up Animal Con on the internet, and it will give you a listing. When you go to their website, you can look for what do we call it, creators, and it'll show all the whole list of everybody that's going to be there, plus thousands of different. It's a reptile and aquarium show. It's just Animal Con. It's going to be great. I'm leaving on an airplane as soon as we get done with the rescue. Well, an hour or two afterwards, but it's going to be great. We're going to be in Florida for the weekend. I've got my 2 nurses have volunteered their time, and I've got Christy is going to work here at nighttime. I'll watch Tracy from the hotel room on my computer, and then I can call Christy, make sure she's up, and can you suction her out now? Can you reposition her? And that kind of stuff. So, and Mara, when she's not working, she's going to be sleeping here in case there's an emergency. Christy can just wake her up and take care of her. So I'll be making sure that Mara don't get messed with and she can sleep, and that kind of stuff. So we've got it all worked out. We're going to Animal Con this weekend.
Travis Sparks says, do you guys have private tanks that you don't show? No. Everything that we have is in the eyes of the public.
See, everything that we got here is on the internet, and then we get visited by, the warden, we get the Department of Agriculture, all kinds of stuff. The city of Strongsville is here all the time. We walk them through the house and everything. There's no tanks in the house except for the 150 at the front door, and that's just little community fish. And everything else is outside, because in here, everything has to be on a separate. If we was to have a tank in every room, it can't be on the same filtration. We'd have to do water change. We've got enough going on. We don't need all that. So when you walk into the fish room, we've got a bunch of tanks to the left, or right across from the Bellagio's, that we have to do water changes on, because them are not on our system. Them are all of our quarantine tanks and the tubs. And then everything else in the fish room is on our system, to where no fish ever go in there without 3 to 4 weeks of quarantining first, and we go through a week of bacterial medicine, a week of fungal medicine, a week of parasitic medicine. And then once we see that there's nothing going on, we put them into our water. So we've done really well at this, and I do not want, because I bought new carpet to the house, I don't want any fish tanks in here. You want to enjoy the fish, you go out to the fish room. Why would you have a fish room and then have fish elsewhere?
Jim Sheasley, $10, says, my mom and I were in a pretty bad car accident this week.
Yes, he was.
While
Oh
in
my
the
goodness.
hospital, both caught COVID. When I get better and stitches out, I want to know if I can swim in your pool.
Of course, Jim. Of course, you're always welcome here. You know that. They got into a car accident, and Jim's like, he's so modest. He's like, yeah, I got a little hurt today. I won't be around for a little bit. And I'm like, what happened? He goes, I got in a car accident. I'm like, really? Are you okay? He goes, well, I got stitches on my cheek and my chin. I've got bruises on my ribs. I've got a broken wrist or a thumb or something like that. And what else did he say? He said he just kept on mentioning things. I'm like, oh my God, you're really tore up. And he was so modest about it. But yeah, he said he wasn't going to be around for a little bit because of it. And we understand. You heal up, Jim, and get better.
Yes, sir. Hopefully your mom's doing great too.
Yes, of course.
Paws and fins. Josh Price, next time you are filming, could you please give an update on the pregnant Ray? So I try and plug, different clips and updates into different videos to where if you watch them all, you'll get the updates. Like the last one, I just did an update on the Goonch and the Jow. So I'm like, every Friday, someone asks. And, it's kind of like these repetitive questions that you hear and you're like, really? Gotta answer this one again? Which I know you guys are excited. So I went ahead and plugged it into the video and gave you guys an update on them. Length, all that good stuff. But the fish are doing great. The rays doing all right. Yes, we did. She's still in the dog bone. Now that we've got stuff cleared out, we might go ahead and put her back into the stingray pond and just let her go in there and have her pups in there, so we don't have to have the tank partitioned off. But we shall see.
Oh wait. We got Dougie here says the king of DIY says, or to the king of DIY. Corey doesn't do anything. He works hard. He's a successful businessman and is very knowledgeable. It may be so, but
you got Joey's response.
Where's that at? Right
Says,
here.
I've known him for years. You see videos. I've seen him behind the scenes and how he really acts.
There you go.
That is the thing, you've got everyone on video and then you've got everyone in real life. Majority of the time, they're two different people.
Right. Now, see, what you guys get to experience is real life. We video what we do. We don't stage nothing. Hang on a second, guys. Let's reenact that because that wasn't good enough. You've never seen that. We just video it, and then I cut out anybody swearing or cussing or sneezing or coughing or something like that. And we just put it out. We're like, modern day soap opera. We video what really happens.
I'm glad you cut out the time to cuss me out and took my donut from me.
I never did such a thing.
Halo 3, $5 says much love from KC. Is there different kinds of Pictus cats? There are many.
Yeah, many.
I assume the smaller ones are sold in the stores, but I know you guys have ones that are huge. The ones that we have are the small ones that are sold at the store, and they've just gotten, about a foot long. I think the one that we have out there is a 4-line Pim Pictus cat, is what they sell them as. Kathy Aponte said that was a great video today. I just tried giving you guys a little bit of an update. Sue Ann says, how about some members-only sneak peeks of the Mermaid shoot? I can do that. I can go ahead and post them pictures.
As a matter of fact, King of DIY says we should be concentrating more on our member section to get more members and only members release content. Because he said that's where, it's at, is where we should do that. Because that's not people donating, they're just paying for their monthly subscription. But they get certain things, and we're not doing that now. We're barely putting anything up there, Yeah.
So
we should do more of that. Thank you, Sue Ann. We will be better at that. We will put up more.
Israel S. has just got on and decided what's replacing the 180. Yes, we have another 180 we're going to replace it with, and we're going to get rid of the wood tank, and it's going to be all black. So it'll match in there because everything in there is black. There's only 2 wood tanks. And one is being taken out. So,
okay. Daniel Guynam says, "I'm sorry, but I've never heard what happened to your wife." Somebody will post a thing on there. Oh, I already did. A to Z Fish Room. Click that link and you can see what happened and
Chair just dropped.
the whole story, and it's a tearjerker. So, okay, let's go on here.
Someone asked, is Big Betty okay? Yes, she's doing just fine. But, you know, what you don't know about Big Betty is she is already going on 22 years old. And that's, you know, the end of the line really for Paku. So I know one day we're going to walk out there and Big Betty ain't going to be out there no more. Mark Hamilton says, Josh and Rich, trickle tower or fluidized? We prefer trickle
We
here.
do because, and let me explain that. I don't mean to cut you off, but do you know why I choose the trickle towers?
I know why I like it. Go ahead and say why you like it.
Okay.
And I'll say why
With
I
the
like
trickle tower, you got water coming in the top and a spreader, and all these holes come down, and it goes through the bioballs and then out. Well, let's say your power goes out. Now you've got these wet balls that are inside an enclosed container that can stay wet for many, many hours, and the bacteria will stay alive. On a fluidized bed filter, if the power goes out, the air stops, and the balls, they stop getting air, and they're underwater. And within 12 hours, all the bacteria can die, you know. It just, and it starts stinking, and the worst thing is your bacteria dying off. So I never take that chance. We use the drip trickle filtration purpose because, you know, we can go without power for hours without losing any bacteria. You got an argument to that, a rebuttal?
That's good. Along the same lines. But there is one thing that I like about fluidized. You have the K3 media. It's technically more surface area than a bio
Oh, I don't say it don't work.
Per square inch. So
I just don't like the
in realms of, you know, usability, if you're limited on room and can't do a trickle filter, then fluidized is a good thing to, you know, use. And a lot of people on there with their large tanks, they use fluidized, but like you said, if the power goes out for any extended period of time, you're in for a world of hurt.
because they're underwater with no air getting to them.
Yep. We actually have tons of K3 out there. We thought about switching over to a fluidized filter once, and we just never ended up doing it. I'm not gonna read that one. How's Lone Star doing? Crazy how fast he's grown. Actually, he's went on another growth spurt since we've put him in the 580. He's probably about 14 inches both.
So he went, really? Okay.
Yep, he went long and thick.
What took my mojo? Says, hey, Bigrich, how's your diet going? It's not going. I lost that 25 pounds and I'm moving around that area right now. I have been eating and there's been so many different things coming up to where I've been cooking and stuff like that. So I need to really get down it because I want to lose another 25 real quick. So another month of severe dieting, I can get down another 25.
I can give you Hoover's diet plan.
No one wants Hoover's diet plan. I mean, this man does not stop eating all day. If I lose another 25 pounds, I'll weigh the same thing Hoover weighs, except for I'm 9 inches taller than him.
Oh, we got Black Mike. He said, tell Mara I need a nurse as well after lifting that tank. My back is broken and I'm single. You hear that,
Don't
Mara?
want to, Mike.
He said,
Your dad's phone.
He's too young for you.
huh?
Cougar.
You're a cougar? Mara says she's a cougar, Mike.
He'll be over here tomorrow, Mara. You'll be here?
Yeah, she's here all weekend taking care of Tracy.
Nobody's coming over here.
I will.
Josh ain't going with me.
No, you just told me Josh was going with you 2 hours ago.
No, you're crazy. I said I was
can't
leaving.
go.
Josh can't go. He's got his daughter, and he's told me that for weeks. I've got, someone else going, but I never said Josh was going.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
He's been telling me all week you're going.
No, I didn't. I said I'm going. I said I'm going. I never said Josh was going.
Josh doesn't know he's got to do a couple of.
Oh, yeah, that was the last time. After that's when he informed me.
It was yesterday.
It was not.
Yes, it was.
That was 2 weeks ago, Mara.
Oh my God.
Hey,
Play back the videos.
It was 2 weeks ago because he
Hey,
told me
Mara.
that he couldn't go.
he's
Hoover knows.
spoiling the party. That's
I
what
know.
it is.
Brittany Ziblitz, $10, says we need Hoover to explain his top tier diet plan.
Just say no to eating. I'm saying
He never does
can't
that.
say no. If you put a pie in his face
Are you crazy?
and you leave it there,
I give it
he's
to
gonna
you.
say yes.
He's lying his ass off. I pass on so much food and it all goes to Hoover. It all goes to he's our garbage disposal. I mean, I'll feed him a whole meal. I ate some eggs with some cheese on it. That's my diet breakfast. And then, Hoover takes out the eggs and he eats the eggs with the cheese on it, but then he gets some sausage, he cooks that, and then he puts some, after he's done 10 minutes later, he's making popcorn. 10 minutes later, he's making a tuna sandwich. I mean, this man eats all day, all day.
Popcorn's light on your stomach. Popcorn's
don't
not
care.
going. Popcorn's not going to bloat you up or anything like that. It's not going to make you gain weight.
Matt Hamilton says, Josh or Rich, I have sold my rays pending pickup, but my female is pregnant. Should I wait till she gives birth or risk stressing her out? About
Definitely
30 days
wait.
to go. That depends. If the pups are moving inside her belly, then you have less than 30 days to go. But if it's not, you could have, it's a 90-day gestation period on them. I have moved rays before that were pregnant, and they have been fine, but I've also moved rays before and they instantly aborted the baby because of the stress. So,
Okay, now, Josh, let me tell you what Mara was talking about. And this was 2 weeks ago. I told her that Brian Barchek sent me a listing of what needs to be done. And we're like 9
you
a.m.
called me and told me, you're like, I'm not going, but I'm still up there on the thing like 3 different times, 3 different shows doing, the main speaker for this event, hosting the
You were
live
speaker
stream.
for this, speaker for that, speaker for this. And, you were moderator and all this stuff. And she was like, what is he going to say about all this? I'm like, I'm not telling him. This is before then. So when was that I told you this? 2 weeks ago?
Just about.
Okay, because right before then is when I talked to Mara about it. So I told Mara, I'm not telling you, because if I told you you had to do all this speaking engagements, then you wouldn't go.
Mhm.
He did say that, but it was the other day.
It was not. It was
Rich, I can't
Mara,
even remember
please
2
stop
weeks
arguing
ago.
with me. This was 2 weeks ago. Because for 2 weeks I've been planning on this other person to go. So anyways, it was funny because if I'd have told you were doing that, but after you said you weren't going, I was telling you some of the things. But they've got you listed as a saltwater tank and some other stuff as the moderator. I'm like, he knows nothing about saltwater. He doesn't even want to do this. But I told Brian that I'm going to have to double work because the person I'm bringing knows nothing about any of this, so can't be a moderator. So everything was good except for on Sunday, there's 2 things, one at 3 o'clock for me and one at 3 o'clock for you, but they're fighting each other. I can't, do both at once. So I'm getting through it by myself, and I'm just going to work the weekend. It'll be okay. Sunnyvale says, y'all are the same weight. You both eat the same amount? Absolutely not. I barely eat anything, and Hoover eats all day long. And we're not the same weight. I'm 25 pounds more than him, but I'm also 9 inches taller than him. And a whole lot stronger.
If there's any questions we missed, go ahead and post them again in the chat, and we'll see about getting to them. Abba update. The Abba's
He's doing
doing
good.
fine. With this whole rearranging these tanks, I actually want to move some fish around too, and maybe get some different tanks up and going. We'll see, because there's a couple fish that both need upgraded. We got the Abba and the Amara. They both need to go into a bit bigger tank and up onto our system and on display. I don't like having the Amara down in that bottom tank. He's, down low and kind of forgotten about. Nobody really sees him down there, so he's like kind of
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
And as the fish room says, Ohio Fish Rescue, don't forget you can run faster.
No, but look
Hoover
right
thinks he
there
can run
what they
fast.
say right there.
What?
The height difference makes up the weight. The
Right.
weight is
So in
where
other
it's at.
words, we're the same weight. If I
No.
was 9 inches taller and 25 pounds less, I'd be the same size as you.
I'm skinnier than you, though.
You are so not.
I'm
Okay,
so
let me
skinnier
end
than you.
this once and for all. Yesterday, I was in my mermaid outfit, and I swam with it, and everything's fine. Today, Hoover couldn't fit the mermaid outfit on him.
Yeah, that's
He
because
got
my legs are bigger than
Stop.
Rich's legs.
His legs are bigger, his butt's bigger, his waist is bigger. He tells me my belly's bigger, so that I'm fatter than him. But it's not, because I wore this outfit yesterday, and Hoover could not get it on. So if his legs are bigger, his waist is bigger, his butt is, he couldn't get it over his butt. Everything's wider, and he's shorter than me. He's definitely bigger than me. So, you know, he can't argue this. And, you know, I don't know what delusional
I
things he's
can
living
argue
in.
it because the scale tells what the weight is.
Well, give me next month, and I'll be the same weight as you.
I
But
guess,
9 inches
I
taller.
guess if I cut my arm off, that makes me skinnier than you because
No.
I just don't have an arm.
No.
Raheem's asking where the freshwater dolphin was that was in the Discus tank. We did an update on him not too far back. If I can find the video he was in, I'll go ahead and send you that link, Raheem.
Andrew Penna says, are the cichlids staying in the pond long term, and do the other fish eat them? The other fish do not eat them. They look amazing. I do agree with you there. They are staying in for as long as we can keep them in there. I love going snorkeling in that tank and seeing all the life. You see baby cichlids out, you know, all around the gravel, and big ones and medium ones, size ones, and, you know, the adult ones, and they're everywhere. I love that. It's like a whole ecosystem. You've got monsters coming in, cichlids moving out of the way, and all of a sudden you see a 6-foot arapaima. You know, you were just in a crowd of 2,000 cichlids, and it's amazing to snorkel in this pond. I love it. And why would I want to remove the cichlids? Everyone keeps telling me to get them out of there and give me reasons how and why. I don't want to remove the cichlids. I love them in there.
There's a good question right there.
Brittany Ziblis says, can we get a Brittany and Diesel
Right there,
update? Missed them. Brittany's doing good, and Diesel, he's just a bit jealous. You know, he's no longer the baby in the family. He's you know, not getting all the attention. Jay Rich says, I have a royal pleco that is on the sponge filter all day. Should I be concerned that it might eat it at some point? I mean, it's possible.
No, it's on the sponge filter, because that's where all the debris is ending up, and it's eating the little particles and debris off of the sponge filter. Leave him. He's fine. He's doing good.
But the plecos can eat the sponge filter. You'll see little bits and pieces of the sponge on the bottom. If that happens, you can just replace the sponge filter and you'll be fine.
Michelle Barnhill says, Hoover's body mass index is higher than Bigrich's. Of course it is, because I'm taller than him. I should weigh more than him because I'm taller than him.
Planning on building a new tank, in your opinion, plywood or acrylic, roughly 10 by 4 by 4. If you have the means and the money to go acrylic, I would go acrylic
That's
all day
amazing.
long.
But that's like 10 times more expensive.
Yeah, so I just called Water Dog Products. It's the same company that built the 4,400 gallon tank. So we called them, got a quote for a 20-foot by 54 by 54 inch tank, and they quoted us something like $50,000.
Oh, it's a ridiculous price, yeah.
Yeah.
Our buddy Will Star from Will Star Mysteries clocks in and says, only one way to settle it. Sumo wrestling between Rich and Hoover.
Rich would knock me out with that big gut. Put me on the floor. Oh, I do.
Oh, Brittany just texted me, so you talk more about the dog than you talk about me. Someone getting a little jealous over there. You know I love you.
Brittany, you're loved. You're loved. You're loved. That's all there is to it. Stop it.
She actually came over and helped us film part of this
The
mermaid
Mermaid
video
episode yesterday, yeah.
Yeah. Be putting in that work.
Okay, Jimmy Cannell says, I wonder if the snakehead is forbidden in the States and why. I haven't seen any in your show. I have Chana Firebat greens from Sweden. They are illegal in the United States because of how invasive they are and how strong and predatory they are. They will take over any area that they get, So they're illegal because of that. I would love to have some, but we can't have them.
Flood City Fish Keeper says 3-year-old flowerhorn lives alone. This morning has a blood clot in one of his eyes. Maybe he ran into a decoration. Any tips on how to help clear it up? All you can do is give him time. It's possible that the blood can recede from the actual eyeball itself. I've had it happen before. All you can do is give him time. Just keep up on your water changes. No amount of medicine will usually help. So just give him some time, and he should be all right.
All right. AJ says, hopefully sometime soon, you guys will be donated another true Paraiba, and you can get a baby from predatory fins.
The problem with babies, just like them fish that we got, we don't have time, nor do I have like the will to sit there and tend to these little itty bitty baby fish. I'm doing it now
Feeding
because
it 4 to 6 times a day.
But each one has to be tended to like crazy. Like this muskie is just ridiculous. I don't have time to go out there and feed him 6 times a day. Now, luckily, I got him on 2 pellets. So every time I walk past the tank, I toss him a pellet or 2. But then you got the sturgeon. You got to have smaller pellets for him, some brine shrimp, stuff like that. He's not big enough to go into the other tank yet. So each fish kind of has to be kept by themselves and fed independently. So I would much rather get something that's a little bit more of size and just put it into a tank that we already have. It'd be much easier on us. Wasn't there a gulper catfish at OFR a while back? Is he still there, or was he rehomed? He was rehomed. He was here for a while.
Well, the reason being is, let them know, it's 1 fish per tank, and we don't have enough tanks to have 1 fish for the species. We've got this, flowerhorn here. We got an ABBA there. We got an Amira here. We got, a GATF there now. It's just they're taking up too many tanks for these single fish. So gulper catfish was easy to rehome. We rehomed them, and they're not that rare. So, we did that. OBG Foster says, howdy from North Canton. They're moved now, and they're here in North Canton. You should be visiting.
Ooh. All right. I already got that one. Martin Brinkman, first time watching the live stream from the London, UK. Awesome. You already got that one. Yeah, you're kind of ahead of me now. That's a first. That could kind of surprise me. Someone asked about the crayfish in the globe tank. We actually removed him, and he is in the Bellagio tank, along with a few others. There's red one, blue ones, and white ones, and orange. I'm not sure what Kathy means by this. Says the tank that is going through a cycle is now slimy. What is going on? Is that bad? Oh, slimy.
Ouch.
So usually if a tank goes slimy, that just means you have a bacterial bloom. That's not necessarily bad. What I would do in that case is do like a 30% water change on it and let it continue to cycle. The slime might be biofilm. It is completely normal, so I wouldn't worry about that.
Right here, Josh. See that?
OBG Foster says, I will visit soon. How about tomorrow? Depends on the time. Honestly, my dad will be at that show, so Where are we at? If you guys have any more questions, we got, another 13 minutes or so. Just go ahead and rattle them off. Mark Hamilton says, just curious how much a black diamond on average costs in America, because for a nice one here in Australia is insane. So you have your low quality ones, your BD hybrids. You can get them for, $500 or so. But a top of the line grade A black diamond, super bright big white spots, you're talking about, $2 to $3 grand a piece. Does Bigrich play guitar on the OFR intro? That is not him playing on the intro, but he used to play guitar.
I used to. I can pick it up at any time, and I'll play pretty much anybody around here.
Yeah, just haven't heard you play in a while. Carter says, with rays needing the best water quality and fish like Pacu or Oscars that can live in pretty much any water quality, what causes that? That's a good question. That's like, how can I explain this? Wow. Kind of has me stumped here. I guess it comes down to, breeding location. Some fish live in dirtier rivers. They've kind of adapted to, certain environments. They can live in ponds, low aeration. Or you got things like, the Goliath tigerfish. They have to live in, fast moving, highly oxygenated water. And they always have a constant supply of fresh water. You put, a Goliath tigerfish in a secluded pond, he's probably not going to do as well. Where are we at?
All right, hold up. Dougie says, agree to disagree, which is nice. We can do that. Appreciating may be different, talking about Corey. But if someone can explain to me how he can be as successful as Corey is with what he's doing nothing, I'd love to get on that secret. Well, look, Dougie.
It's a business model.
He's the business person, and he smart mouths a bunch of people. So if you love him, you love him. Stop. Don't put us down for it. You're one of our mods, and you should be, sticking up with us. But if you don't want to, that's fine. But don't say stuff like this. What I just went to it. Up right here. Sue Ann says, Dougie, let's not get this started tonight, please. It's done. Okay, good. Then Dougie says, Sue Ann, it wasn't me who started it. Yes, of course it was. I just don't like people being talked down to for no reason, which is wrong. That's all. I love OFR and love Corey too. Well, if you love Corey, you love OFR, don't talk bad about either of them. You're one of our mods. You should be sticking up for us. But other than that, let's forget about that. Don't go at people here, because that'll be real quickly we can remedy this. We didn't down talk Corey. We spoke the facts. We didn't make up stuff about him. We didn't say stuff bad about him. We spoke the facts. He made a video, and he singled us out as a rescue that's not doing good in the public eyes. So I just wanted to talk to him about it. I never said, don't hang out with Corey, don't look at Corey, don't go to Corey's website, don't buy from Corey. I never said none of that. So, Dougie, you're overstepping your lines. Stop it.
And it wasn't just one time.
It was many
multiple times, multiple videos, live streamed.
And all I want to do is confront him and talk to him about it. I didn't say I want to whoop his butt. I didn't say I want to chase him down. I didn't say that he shouldn't have did this or that. I just want to ask him why he included us in this whole situation, because we don't know you. The thing between DIY Joe and Corey, that's I don't know nothing about it. King of DIY has some things to say. I'm sure Corey has some things to say. I'm not here to manage that. I'm here to manage what he said about us, and he did talk bad about us. And if you don't like it, too bad. He did talk bad about us, and I wanted to question him about it. If you don't like that, that's on you, buddy. I mean, stop. Don't give our people hard times.
Kathy says, have you thought about getting a Carouse can? Not sure if I spelled it correct. You did not, but I got your point across. The Carouse cans is the largest species of tiger shovelnose on the planet. They can get up to a true 5 foot long, and they are hardly seen in the hobby. When they are smaller, you'll know a true Carouse can by it is not, striped. It has spots.
Here's the problem. You got so many pet stores saying, oh, this is, this cat, this fish. And you order it, and it's not. It's one of the 5 subspecies.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get the fish you exactly want? Tell us that. Oh, great one.
You see a picture. You have to know your anatomy of that fish. You have to know like what the markings are as a juvenile. Because there's people say take Paraíba for instance. There's people selling the false Paraíbas as true filamentosum.
The Brachyplatystoma filamentosum.
Yeah,
right.
that's the
and
true
there's a few different types of
Paraíba.
Paraíbas.
Yeah.
And the pet stores are all confused, and that's how we get 5 different names for fish. Because we get, let's say, a Oxydorus niger come into a pet store as babies, and they have these little ribs sticking out their side. Well, the pet store goes, oh, I don't know what these are called. That's a ripsaw. It looks like a ripsaw catfish. Now we've got ripsaw catfish. We've got niger catfish. We got Oxydorus niger. We got what's the other name for them? There's like 4 or 5 different names for the niger cats.
Tarashuki cat.
Tarashuki cat. So I mean, this is all comes from pet stores that put their own names to it. Oh, this comes from pet stores that puts their own names to it, and now a lot of the people are like having a hard time keeping up. I don't want come on, guys. I don't want a Tarashuki. I want a ripsaw. Well, I don't want a ripsaw. I want a niger cat. It's so. I just wish the whole United States can keep the same name for the same fish.
But yeah, again, it comes down to markings and whatnot. The fish look different as a juvenile. If you know your stuff, you can know that that's not, what they're marking it as, and they're, falsely advertising that fish.
Ariana Space Ninja says, can you sweep take Bigrich? I think what she's talking about is arpeggios, of course.
AJ says, do you think once the other albino Xanthigar in the 4400 is big enough to go to the pond, do you think it's a good idea to put one of the GATF in there? No, we'll probably have a tigerfish. We'll put a tigerfish back in the 4400, and then it'll go out to the pond. Like I said, with these fish, it's always a nut and a numbers game. You might grow out 4 and you'll end up with 1.
Right.
So that is our hope, that we can grow one of these out to monster size and have it in the pond.
Okay, 2 questions real quick. Ferrari guy says, is Corey talking crap about them? Not recently. This was like a year ago, and I've never talked to him since. So I don't know how it got brought up tonight, but I would just like to run into him at one of our shows and be like, hey, Corey, what's happening, man? Nice to meet you. Why would you say this about us? That's all I want to do. There's no beef. There's no nothing. And a lot of people are making much too big a deal out of it. So let's go past that. The next one is Bill Lynch says, what happened to Reaper's finger? This is ridiculous how this happened. Okay, we're putting together a 180-gallon stand. And it has a piece of wood for the bottom. And we've got the face and the 2 sides on. We've got it sitting on its face, and we're trying to put the wood in between the 2 pieces of wood at the bottom to it slide in, so the bottom would go in. Well, I got one side in, so I start taking the hammer, and I tap it. Every 6 inches, I'm tapping it, and I go all the way down. And it went down. I start again, every 6 inches, all the way down. Well, Reaper was like, he's looking at the bottom. He's not looking up here. He's looking at the bottom. He sees it going in, so he reaches up right as I was hitting. So I go tap, 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 tap. Oh my God, Reaper, why would you put your hand there? I hit his pinky ring, and it smushed on his hand into his finger. So now we had to take channel locks and squeeze his ring this way to get it back sort of round. And then we had to take string all the way around his finger and then go underneath the ring. And I had to pull it off like that. And we put soap on it. We did everything. And we got it off. And there was probably about a almost half-inch cut on the top of his finger. And, we cleaned it out, and peroxide and all that stuff. And then we put some Neosporin on it and a Band-Aid. And it's healing up just fine. But that ring saved his finger because it would have crushed. Reaper's kind of frail. He's, older and stuff. And I was hitting it pretty with a regular hammer, the framing hammer, And if his finger would have got caught there, it would have crushed the bone. It would have broken his finger. And that ring saved him. But it was so quickly because, he's looking down and he just goes to grab the wood to move it. And I'm already in the full swing. I felt it bounce off, and I'm like, oh, why'd you put your hand there? It was so quick. It was ridiculous. But, yeah, that's what happened to Reaper's finger. It was crazy. But, yeah, that was something else.
Hey, Brandon, welcome to the green team again. Or welcome to the green team, sorry. We got Brittany Ziblis, $10. That's Josh. Any wedding updates? So we've kind of been going back and forth. We wanted to go to Turks and Caicos. The wedding package was extremely cheaper there. The destination's nice, but they informed us that to get into Turks and Caicos, you have to be fully vaccinated, which neither me nor her are vaccinated, and we're not really sure how we feel about it because it doesn't work. And we'll save that for a different story.
Other people believe other things, so let everybody believe what they want. You chose not to be. That's your choice. And now, so the baby, you're just being careful. That's all.
But we're kind of back to the drawing board. We're not sure if we're gonna go ahead and go through with it and just say screw it, or if we're gonna do change of plans. We don't know. So we're still discussing that, and hopefully we come to a decision soon.
Okay, our buddy Tony Ugo says, Josh, wood frame above ground pond, would you use liner or epoxy coat? Will have cats in it. I'm going to go ahead and answer that, and even though you were asking Josh, but a liner is okay for fish that will not do any damage to a liner. If you put a liner in there and you put catfish in there, they will poke holes in it. I wouldn't do it. I would paint it with the epoxy. I would put fiberglass in all the corners, do the fiberglass over any seams where the wood meets wood, and then, fiberglass the corners and all bottom corners, and then paint it with an epoxy paint, and you'll never have problems. That's what our 3,000-gallon Pacu tank is, and we throw catfish in there all the time. We never have a problem.
Do me a favor.
What's that?
When you're doing the, fiberglassing, cover every inch. If you're not going to do it with the fiberglass mesh, at least do the epoxy resin and cover all the wood. Don't rely on the epoxy paint. If your epoxy paint fails, you'll still have the epoxy covering the wood itself. So you kind of have two barriers.
Oh my God. Jim Sheasley just sent me a picture.
Yeah.
Don't
I'm not going to show that. Oh my God, Jim, you got messed up, buddy. I hope you heal up from that. Oh my goodness. I feel so bad for you. Wow. That's a lot worse. I told you he was so modest. Yeah. This is way worse than what he told me.
That was.
Get better, Jim.
Oh my God. Yeah, get better, Jim. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's crazy.
All right. Well, that
brings
us.
Brittany Ziblis,
already
$10.
got that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did you talk about the Josh wedding plans?
Were you not here the last 5 minutes?
I'm reading stuff I may have not listened to you. I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I talked about the destination and how they require the vaccination and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
So that brings us to the end of our show. We appreciate you guys for logging on and having a little bit of fun with us on this great Friday night. So hopefully you guys got something out of the night. This chair did it to me twice tonight. Hopefully you got a little bit of knowledge, some of your questions answered. So, got anything you want to say?
Yeah, let me finish it. We're almost to the bottom. So let's see if we missed anything here.
This man.
I love our people. I want to make sure they all, even Dougie said it wasn't us he was talking about. So thank you, Dougie, for that. I may have gotten a little upset real quick, but I'm sorry. Kathy Apani said, Bruce got some boob. Hoover, you got tattoos? What are they? What are they?
You're dragging this on.
Give me 20 seconds. Israel says, Bear Money update. Go ahead with that while I read.
Watch the last video I posted. You'll get a Bear Money update.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a bunch of tattoos. I got a clown. I got a clown right here. Got this one over here. And I got one on my chest, and I got one on each leg.
Okay, Daniel Guyam says, who cares if Rich makes money off the rescue? He works his whole life away. Is that to be expected for free? No, we don't make no money off the rescue. You know where we get our most money from? We get some, donations from people, and you don't see me, begging for donations. I try and talk to companies and get them to donate. I don't want to take money from hard-earned, working Americans or people all over the world. I don't beg people for money. I make the money off of YouTube, and that money is legally ours because we're doing the work. We're videoing, we're editing, we're doing that. I can video anything I want. Let's say I get a new what's that thing? A sky kite or whatever. It's a thing, and you sit in a seat with a propeller behind your back. Paraglider. Let's say I get a new paraglider, and I make videos of that. I'll make money off of YouTube from that, from the ad revenue. Well, I choose to video this and let you guys follow along, and the ad revenue from that is helping me pay for the rescue. And it don't cover it. I still have to come out of pocket when we have like emergencies and medications and stuff like that. You try and medicate a 58,000 gallon pond and see if it don't cost up to $2,000. So we're not making money at all. We're losing money still. So if the YouTube grows, I'll be making more money, but I will still spend it on the rescue. Because once we're past paying for the bills, which we caught up to the bills at one time. But now in the last year, everything has gone skyrocket. Food, electric, gas, everything. And now we're not making enough to cover the bills. But once we get up to the point where we're making the bills and we make more money, then I'll start buying frivolous things, which I deem frivolous, like backgrounds, better lighting,
You got a new super chat here that you want to read.
Okay.
Scroll down, it's blue. Almost there.
I'm going. Okay.
There you go. Brittany Ziblis, $2.
Go see your princess, Laura, and Brittany stay fishy.
So on that note, I'm out of here.
All right, guys. Thank you. It was awesome hanging out with you guys. I love hanging out with you guys on weeknights. Now, check us out at Animal Con. We're going to be there signing autographs and all that kind of stuff. So thank you guys. And that'll be in Florida. So if anybody can make it up there, come on up there. Until next week, stay fishy, my friends. I love you guys. All right. Now, can we get this closed without...